We're on. Here we go. Shakopee against Lakeville North. And Lakeville North's house for this one. Shinnick on the faceoff with John Choi on the left. Carlson on the right. Lakeville takes into the zone. Long shot. Malone's going to smother. We're going to put it up on the tripod here. There we go. Back to the point. Here's John Choi, pushes it to the side, carries it into the zone, gets dumped, and she's going to get her legs taken out from under her, and a penalty is going to be called on Lakeville North. It's going to go deep in the zone. Shakopee's going to go on a power play for the next 2 minutes. Looking to get the penalty on the clock, and here we go. Wedman pulls it back. Wedman circles through. Gets tipped. Brings it back to the point. Carlson. Carlson's going to drop it down to Shinnick. Shinnick to Wedman. Wedman walks it in. Wedman gets tipped, and it goes to the other side. Stevens pinches. Back to John Choi. John Choi down to Wedman. Wedman to Shinnick. Shinnick pushes it wide. Shinnick behind the net. Rolls it out to John Choi. John Choi gets a backhand on it. And it's going to the point. Stevens holds it in. Shinnick to Wedman. Wedman controls. Back to Shinnick. Shinnick. Back to Carlson. Carlson, long shot. Gets tipped aside, and Wedman's going to grab down low. Wedman squeaks out. Shinnick had a run at it. This goes back to the point. Wedman picks up. Wedman just throws it in the far corner. Shakopee's going to go on the change. Shinnick picks it up. Oh! And Wedman puts it over the shoulder and puts it in. Wedman picks it up and throws it top shelf. And Shakopee's going to go up by 1. Oh, you're there. Here we go. Shakopee up by 1. And Knutson drops it in deep. Long shot picked up by Canary. Canary shoot. Tipped aside by Collins. And Knutson's going to play down deep. Nelson, backhander to Collins, just out of her reach, and packed the other way. And that's going to be offsides. Hey, tell him to quit texting. We got audio-visual problems here. We got some of the back end here texting while we're trying to videotape, and it's not going well. Holly pokes it up. Picked up by Telejon. Telejon shoots it in deep, and it's going to be chased by Esslinger. Esslinger back to the point. Onen blocked at the point. Tipped in deep by Wedman. Telejohn gained control. And it's back to Telejohn behind the net. Back to the point, held in by Onen. Tipped up high, hit the rafters, and it's going to come back inside the Lakeville North zone. Wedman wins the faceoff to Esslinger, and it gets all the way down. Here comes Stevens. Stevens going to get yanked. Get a penalty for a hook. And Sabers are going to go on a penalty kill. Shockby on a penalty kill here. 11:36 left in the first. 1-0 Shockby. Shots on goal are 1-1. Picked off there by Esslinger. Here comes Libby Shinnick. Libby Shinnick fires one wide. Back to the point. And it comes back the other way. Schuler battling. Schuler was out a couple games here. She's back from an ankle injury. And it's picked up by Holly. Holly's just going to exit the zone. Collins pressures. And it's brought back into the zone. Long shot. Saved by Malone. Collins comes in. And it's tipped aside by Holly. Knutson battling. Long shot. Tipped aside. And Holly's going to play. Holly banks it up the boards, gets picked off, and it's turned back. Backhand shot just wide. Back out front, Malone. Big save, Malone. Big save by Malone. Shockby's got 21 seconds to kill here in a 1-0 game. Back to the point. Long shot. Over the net. Cam Carlson on the chase. Back to the point. Long shot. Just wide. Collins chips it up the boards. Collins carries. Collins has Carlson onside. Carlson picks up. Carlson just got caught in her skates, and it's turned back the other way. Back out front. And it's back around the net. Here comes John Choi. John Choi's coming up the near side. Gets tipped. Here comes Wedman. Wedman picks it up. Wedman's going to bank the boards, get it up to Carlson, just a little bit behind. Ganeri battling far side. Back to the point, back down to the corner. Ganeri goes to play. Ganeri chips it up to John Choi. John Choi. And then Wedman comes in to help out. John Choi tries to get it out of the zone. It's picked off at the point. And a shot on net. Malone steered it easily aside. Wedman picks up the loose puck. Wedman's going to play it around. John Choi looks to go play. John Choi battles in the corner. Back to the point, long shot. Schuler just wide. And it comes all the way back. Little commotion there. Nothing came out of it. Turned back by Lakeville. Wedman's going to just dump it in, go for a change. Telejohn going in on the pressure. Slinger. Back to the point. Long shot. Shinnick tries to feed the front. Slinger takes a whack. And it comes back through. Stevens rifles one over to Schuler, and that's not going to get out of the zone. Picked off by Shinnick. Shinnick's going to carry it. Shinnick gets her pocket picked, and it's back the other way. Schuler banks it out the boards to Telejohn. Telejohn forces it out, back to neutral. Lakeville North. Shockey's on a well-needed change. Slinger tips that, picks up control. Going to drop it deep in the zone. Here comes Collins through. Collins brings it through. Gets it over to Nelson, and that's going to be offsides. Nelson, Collins, and Nelson near side. On and try to thread the needle there, just through the legs, and back the other way. And that's going to be thrown all the way down. Lakeville on the chase. I don't think it's got enough speed, and there's pressure. Long shot. We got a new tripod here today, not liking it. Back up through neutral. Back the other way. Wedman lifts the stick. Wedman battling. And it exits the zone. Knutson pressures. It's turned back by Lakeville. That's toe check out there, number 42. I apologize. I'll have to get clarification on that. She was wearing 14 last game. Thought she changed numbers, but now back to 42. Knutson rings the boards. Toe check. Toe check pokes it out. And she chases. Held in. Toe check over to Wedman. Wedman got poke check there. Almost got a shot off. And here comes Carlson. Back to the point. Wedman's just going to dump it in and look for a change. Little cherry picking there, Lakeville North. Try to get it down. That's chipped ahead by John Choi. Long shot off the helmet of Malone. And Schuler picks up and tries to get it out. Shinnick off the pads of Shinnick. Long shot. Shinnick wide. Kept in by Schuler temporarily and then batted all the way back down. Canary walks it in, fired over the net. Malone had the angle cut well. We got 3:58 left in the first. We got a 1-0 game. Shakopee up by 1. 5 shots, Lakeville. 2 shots, Shakopee. Shakopee's batting 50% on goals. Long shot off the chest protector of Malone. Schuler tries to ice it. Fans on it. And it looks like Lakeville North has a little energy, but Malone says, no, I will freeze this puck and get a change. Collins grabs it around the net, looks to chip it up. And Collins is going to get called for a check with 3:22 left in the first. Telejohn on the face-off. Back to the point. Long shot. Tip, and Malone tracked it all the way, and a good save by Malone. Back to the point once again. D. Nelson pressuring up top. Anand's going to grab. Anand. Nelson on the face-off. 1:36 left on the penalty. Nelson strips the puck. Nelson brings it down. Nelson tries to cut it back to the middle. And it comes off the stick and back the other way. Here comes Lakeville. We got the D back. Anand pushes her to the outside. And there's Telejohn. Telejohn takes control and throws it all the way down. Shakopee's going to go on a change. Just a little bit over a minute left on the power play. And Gennari just forces it back up through neutral. And Esslinger gets hit from behind and no penalty called there. Oh, and then they're going to call a hook on that on Gennari. That was close call on the Esslinger check. And actually, Collins is still in the box. So that wouldn't have been a bad thing to let the time expire. But Shakopee's going to go down 5-on-3. There's going to be 5-on-3 for the next 26 seconds till Shakopee kills this one. And then there'll be 5-on-4 for the next minute 30. To the point, long shot. Malone, another bad save. Malone freezes. Malone's getting peppered here late in the first. And that's 11 shots to 2. Malone standing tall. And another 15 seconds on a 5-on-3. Back to the point. D, long shot, tipped aside. It's going to be chipped back through on and try to clear the zone. It's going to be circled back to the point. Collins is back on the bench, so it's a 5-on-4 here. Malone, 2 big saves by Malone, and freezes it with a minute 23 left in the Shakopee penalty kill. Shockby's got to clear the ice. They had a little bit too many out there. We can give it a second. Minute 10 left in the first. Drop down low. And that's picked up by Knutson. Knutson's just going to throw it on down. And the goaltender's going to stop it. Collins picks up. Collins is wasting time. Picked up by Knutson. Knutson has control. Knutson tries to make a move the other way. And she just dumps it back in, puts it on goal with 42 seconds left on the penalty kill. Toe check, picks it up, gives it back down and dumps it in. 18 seconds left in the period. Carlson tried to feather one out to toe check, and that's going to be back out of the zone by Anand. And that's going to do it for the first. Shockby sneaks out of that period 1-0. And we're going to take a break. I don't think they're cleaning ice. Well, yep, it looks like they are cleaning ice. So we're going to take intermission here.
I was going to say, at least we're leaving.
Looks like Shockby's leaving the ice.
Let's try this.
Period 2, ready to go. Shockby, they're going to be in a penalty kill mode for, we got to get it up on the scoreboard here once I have, once we get it, I'll let you know. They're having a little trouble on the penalty clock. And they settled for 13 seconds left on the penalty kill. 13, number 13 for 13 more seconds. That's Gennari. And Collins wins it back to Knutson. Knutson back to Stevens. That's probably going to do it. And Stevens comes back through. And Lakeville brings it back in. And Stevens going to go back to Corral. Picks the puck up. And she shoots it all the way down. I think she thought they were on a penalty. And it's going to come back down into the Shakopee zone.
I'm just trying to make you look like a weirdo. That's all.
Brigman. Going to be forced out. Brigman's going to pick up the loose puck. Brigman has room. Brigman over to Collins. Collins shoots wide. There goes Knutson. Knutson's going to go battle in the near side corner. Goes back to the point. Stevens over to Annan. Annan to Brigman. Brigman carries it in. Brigman gets tripped, and Shakopee's going to go on a power play with 14:04 left in the second. Shakopee had a great opportunity there. Good passing. Just couldn't put the puck to back of net. Wedman, long shot, glove down. Shinnick picks it up. Shinnick back to Gennari. Gennari just out of her reach. Gennari's going to go back and regroup. Gennari turns it back the other way to John Choi. John Choi battles near side. And it goes back to Gennari. Gennari takes control. Over to Holly. Holly banks it up the boards to John Choi. John Choi over to Wedman. Wedman to Shinnick. Shinnick brings it into the zone. Battles, loses, and it's back the other way, and it's fired out of his own. Almost knocked the leg off Peter. Coach Peter in the bench over there. And it's going to come back down into the Lakeville North zone. Back to the point, Annan. Annan has time. Annan's going to drop it back through. Stevens pinches, and it's going to be forced all the way down. No ice. Annan on the chase. Knutson turns it back the other way. Knutson up to Brigman. Little hot to handle, and it's going to be cycled around. Annan back up the boards, and it's turned back. Here comes Stevens. Stevens has time. Stevens tries to just get it back up to Brigman, and it's just out of the control. Here comes Knutson. Knutson's poke check, turned back. Picked up by Annan. Annan tries to get it over to Knutson, and it's going to be thrown all the way down. Knutson gets it out of the zone with Brigman chasing. Collins picks it up. Collins banks it out the board. That could have been too many. Not called. Backhanded out of the zone. Over the crossbar, I mean. And Gennari's battling down deep. Through the crease, and Nelson's going to carry it up the ice. Nelson tries to feed Knutson. Knutson picks it up. Knutson loses control. Knutson trying to walk it around, and it's back to the point. Wedman with a shot. Shakopee with a little energy here. Wedman picks it up. Wedman gets hooked. No call. Calls aren't going to come easy for the Sabers today. We'll just have to work extra hard. And it's down to Malone. Malone's going to push it out to Schuler. Schuler circles it up. Schuler to John Shoy. John Shoy is going to get it deep into the zone, steered aside by the Lakeville goaltender. Picked up. John Shoy. Wedman looking to get her second of the game. Long shot. Ganeri hits John Shoy, and it's out of the zone. Ganeri loses control, and it's a long shot, steered wide by Malone. Onen over to John Shoy. John Shoy takes a long shot, steered aside by the Lakeville goaltender. And here comes Libby Shinnick over the top off the bench, along with Telejohn. Little D to D there. And they're not going to call icing on that one. Malone puts it in place for Holly. Holly tries to sauce one out of the zone with Telejohn. Telejohn picks up the puck. Telejohn with the puck still. And it's stripped away. Lakeville North the other way. Glove down by Malone. Back to the point, Esslinger. Collins picks up. Collins to toe check. Toe check, carried it in. Loses control for a second, but bats it back through. Collins on the chase. Collins walking around. Collins looking to go to the point. Point to Onen. Onen drops it back down through. Picked up by Holly. Holly's going to just do a backhand, chip it up, try to get it to Collins. Hits the refs right in the skate. Collins comes there, causes commotion, and it's cycled back around by Onen. Onen to toe check. Toe check. Forces it out. Long shot. Nice slap shot, but didn't hit its mark. Collins strips the puck. Collins throws it around the toe check. Toe check. Back to the point and out. Here comes Addie Wedman off the bench, and that's going to be an offsides. We got a new tripod here, so if the camera work is not going good today, I'm blaming it. Brian Knutson, a little late to the game due to work duties. Usually brings the tripod. Not here today, but might be for the third. And Lakeville looking to get a shot. The D's taking care of that. Wedman to Knutson. Knutson walks it into the zone. Knutson cuts it towards the net. Knutson. Long shot by Schuler. Tipped wide. Here comes Brigman. And it's back to the point. Held in by Stevens. Stevens. Long shot. Steered aside. Picked up by Brigman. Brigman back out in front. Just in the skates of Wedman. Wasn't able to get any stick on that. Here comes Schuler back to defend. Great poke check there. And great hustle back by Stevens. Stevens walks into the zone. Stevens dangles through. Stevens backhand. Backhand by Brigman. And it's gloved down by the Lakeville goaltender. Shakopee coming back on shots. .7:10 left in the second period. Shots are 13-6. Advantage Lakeville. And then it goes back to the point. Anand. Anand holds it in. Anand drops it down to John Shoy. John Shoy battles. John Shoy tries to get up. Guy was wrapped up there. And it comes back the other way. Lakeville. Defenders back. Easily defended. John Shoy tips it through. Kicks it up. And it's turned back. Anand. Carries. Anand. She has room. She had a burst of speed there and gets poke checked and then pushed into the boards. Numbers are Lakeville's way. And it's back centered. And there's the defensive core of Shakopee coming back. Nelson. John Shoy causing problems on the far side. And Anand. Anand's going to turn it back and throw it in. And there's Telejohn. Banked up the boards. Held in by Lakeville. Walked in. Tipped there by Ganeri. Ganeri there. And Nelson came to help out. Ganeri battles far side corner. Picked up by Telejohn. Telejohn looks to get it to Nelson. It's tipped and it comes back through neutral. 5:37 left in the second period. I believe there will be an intermission after this period, so if you're waiting to get popcorn or a beverage of your choice, that's forced all the way through. Back to the point. A lot of numbers. Stevens tries to bring it in. Stevens backhands it in, and it's going to be picked up by Telejohn. Telejohn. Back to the point. Oh! Goes through Holly's stick, and it's going back the other way. Oh. And that's a chip shot and a backhand goal by Lakeville. We got a 1-1 game. Picked up by Schuler and forced back in by Lakeville. Ganeri battles near side, picked up by Wedman. Wedman turns it back the other way. And it's up to Esslinger, and Esslinger carries it on through. She has toe check on her right. Looked like she was brought down, but like I said, it's going to take a lot to be called a penalty here today for Shakopee. Sweeped up. And here comes Lakeville North, back the other way. Cut in. Poke check there by Malone. And it's picked up by Ganeri, and Ganeri off the glass with Esslinger on the chase. Wedman over the top. Far side. Schuler with Shinnick on the chase. Shinnick with hustle. Picked up by Knudsen. Knudsen over to Anand. Anand drops it down low to Shinnick. Shinnick battles. Knudsen, or Brigman, comes in to help. Here comes Anand. Anand walks it in. Shot wide. Brigman. Anand holds it. Long shot steered aside by the goaltender. Back to the point. 3:07 left in the second. Long shot, glove down, and that's going to cause a whistle with 3:03. 1-1 game. Shots 14-8. Shakobee's down on shots, but tied on score, 1-1. Back to the point. Anand tries to get it back to Brigman, and he gets picked off and back the other way. Long shot, steered aside. Knutson tried. Good play there by Anand. And Knutson picks up. Knutson comes through neutral. Knutson gets tripped up, and Shakobee's going to go on a penalty, power play, and then Addie Stevens picks up the puck. Back, long shot by Knutson, and it's steered aside. Shakopee needs one here with 2:21. They're going to finish the period pretty much on the power play. Let's see if they can make something happen here. Collins wins it back to Holly. Holly off the defender, and it's kept in. And it's brought all the way down. Holly's going to corral out of the reach of Collins, and it's going to be thrown back in. Collins throws it in deep. Shakobee's on the chase. That's going to be held in by Holly. Knutson picked it up, brought it out of the zone, and it's dropped down to Brigman. Brigman going to carry it into the zone, and that's going to be an offsides. Minute 13 left on the power play. Minute 33 left in the period. 1-1. Wedman carries it into the zone. Wedman back to Shinnick. Shinnick, long shot. Tip. Shinnick takes another shot. Tipped aside. Wedman controls far side. Wedman still battles. Kept in by Anand. Anand, long shot. John Choi couldn't find the beat on it. And it's a long shot wide by Stevens. Back out to the point. Or back out to center there. And Shinnick took a whack at it. There's Anand dropping it down low. And that's going to be thrown all the way down with 27 left on the power play. Anand. 44 seconds left in the period. They have time. And it's dropped in deep. Malone pushes it out to Stevens. Here comes Stevens. Stevens going to carry it in. Stevens has room. Stevens has time. Stevens dangles through. Backhand goal! Addie Stevens goes up by a 1 with 23. There's 3 seconds left on the power play. And Stevens buries it into the back of the net.
Scoring for Shakopee, number 26, Addie Stevens.
10 seconds left. Long shot, glove down easily by Malone. Here we go. Third period, 15-minute period. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Third period underway. Still the same tripod. And Holly goes hard into the boards and is brought back the other way by McNee. McNee's now joining us for the third. Back to the point. Collins holds it in. Collins back. And it comes out of the zone and back the other way. McNee takes a swipe at it. Collins pushes the player aside and it's back up to McNee. McNee gonna battle. Collins chips it up back through and then McNee follows it through. Collins back to McNee. McNee's gonna dump it in. And it's gonna go on net. A little pop in that line to start. Let's see what the second can do. Here comes Wedman taking a swipe. Knutson back. Long shot. Missed its mark. Holly. Back to the point. Long shot. Blocked down by Holly. Picked up by Carlson. Carlson gets dumped. And it comes back into the Shakopee zone. Shot over the net. Malone cut that angle down well. Knutson and Holly collide. Back out front. Long shot. Glove down by Malone. And that's going to get thrown out. A lot of commotion in front of Malone, and that's going to go all the way for an ice. 13:15 left in the third period. Shots are 16-9, advantage of Lakeville North.
No. It is drop.
Shinnick. Thrown around by Ganeri. Back to the point.
All right.
Am I in your way?
Let give you a minute.
Yeah. How far?
You go talk to somebody.
Okay, come down.
So just open that up. And then click on the folder that says playlists.
Shinnick. John Troy gets dumped and it's brought in by Telejohn. I don't know what that's on.
Perfect. Everything's there. So go back to production drop.
What are they calling there? Don't know what they're calling
And
there.
like go in to bring in the commercials like you always do in the video clips. Yes. Only where it says them.
Looked like they said a hand pass might have popped up and she pushed it ahead.
Actually, it might even just say Dropbox in like the window of that. So click Dropbox, go to playlist, and then select instead of out of
Shot wide, picked up by John Choi. John Choi tries to fish it out, and it's over to Telejohn. Telejohn throws it up. John Choi tried to kick it up. John Choi battles near side with Telejohn on the top. There's Nelson coming in, and Ganeri picks it up. Telejohn chips it up the boards, and it's in the player's bench and out of play. Am I good?
Yeah, you're fine. There's plenty of room for everyone.
Got the varsity big timers coming up here. Cycled around. B to D. Long shot, blocked down by Nelson. In the skates, fired wide. Esslinger playing in the near side corner. Back out front. Elena Tochet tried to get that out backhand, and it goes deep. Turned back. And a save by Malone. Back to the point. Kicked up by Holly. Lakeville tried to play it down low. Holly's going to go play in the corner. Holly battles. Collins over top. Collins chips it through. Picks. Pockets picked, and it's turned back by Lakeville. Here comes Brigman. Brigman battles on the corner. On in. Shoots it up the boards. Kept in by Lakeville. Cycled around. Holly battling far side corner, picked up by Collins. Collins looks to exit the zone. That was dangerous. Collins loses control in the slot. And it's going to be forced all the way out. Back up to McNee. McNee forces it out of the zone. And it's back the other way. Forced out by Ganeri, and that's going to be ice. Thinking. I'm going to put a screw through that. I'll fix that. Schuler. Out to the point. Long shot. Tipped up in the netting. .957, just under 10 minutes left to play. Shakopee up by 1. Wedman. Up to Knutson. Knutson picks up. Knutson's going to carry it in. Knutson tried to get it up to Carlson. Hit Wedman's stick and turned back the other way. Long shot. Picked up by Holly. Holly going to chip it around. Knutson chips it through. And it's going to go all the way down. No ice. Wedman battling, long shot by Anand, steered aside. Lakeville brings it in, turns it back the other way. Holly clears the front of the net. Wedman comes in to help out. Back to the point. Long shot, tip. Malone saw it all the way, freezes the puck with 8:31 left. Shinnick on the face-off. Shinnick wins back. Here comes Telejohn. Telejohn tried to feed John Shoy. Here comes Telejohn. Telejohn carrying far side. Telejohn throws it in deep. John Shoy trying to battle down low. Long shot. Schuler tried to be tipped down there by John Shoy, and it's gloved by the Lakeville goaltender. Throwing around. John Shoy got onside there. Good job by her. Pressured. John Shoy. Back to the point. Ganeri was back. And Telejohn tries to pick up. Gets stripped and it's turned back the other way. There's Telejohn again. John Shoy walks it in. Takes a shot. Tipped. There's Ganeri. Ganeri coming in. Long shot. John Shoy up off the shoulder pad. Might have stung the goaltender there. Back the other way. Lakeville offsides big time, and that's going to be called. .704 left in the third. Shots are 18-12, advantage Lakeville North. 2-1 Shakopee. Chipped out by Schuler. Schuler gets it right back, and Schuler looks to feed the center. Nelson coming through. Esslinger carries. Esslinger chips it up. Schuler looks to just get it out of the zone, and it's D. Dropped in, picked up by Ganeri. Ganeri up to toe check. Back the other way. A little bit of back and forth. Back again. D. On in to Holly. Ooh. Could have been a penalty there. No penalty. Like I said earlier, it's going to be really hard to get a call. And that's going to be thrown down. Why Shakopee takes. Long shot. Glove down by Malone.
So, one of the new kids.
5:48 left in the third. Shakopee's looking to get another one to put this one to rest. Long shot. Picked up by Holly. Holly looks to get it up to Brigman. Brigman over her stick, and it goes back. Hanen battles down in the corner. Collins takes a swipe at it, and it comes out of the zone. Shakopee's looking the pressure. Brigman carries. Brigman carries around the net. Holly tries to hold it in, and it comes out of the zone. Collins pushes it up to Brigman. Brigman picks it up. Brigman just out of her reach, and it gets turned back. Collins pushes it in. Collins dishes it back to Schuler. Schuler long shot, hits a shin pad, and it's turned back immediately and back to Schuler's hands. Schuler drops it in deep. Shakopee goes on a change. Here comes Carlson. Carlson and Knutson And here comes Wedman. A lot of pressure by the Shakopee girls. 4:28 left. Wedman up to Knutson. Knutson carries it into the zone. Knutson brings it back to Wedman. Wedman drops it in and he gets picked off back the other way. Here comes Schuler. Schuler backhands it in. And here comes Ganeri. Ganeri turns. Ganeri looks to get it up to Knutson. Good patience there by Knutson. Tries to feed Wedman. And it's back to the point. Long shot. Tip. Big save by Malone. Ganeri tied her Lakeville player up in front. The fans won the penalty, and she's going to get one there. Long shot. Oh, Malone gets a blocker on it, goes straight up, comes back down, and loses her helmet in the meantime. Shakopee's going to go on the penalty kill with 3:12 left in the third. Back to the point. Oh! Squeezes through. Here comes Shinnick. Shinnick's going to pressure. Telejon over the top. Gets through and it comes all the way back down. Goes behind the net. Laney's going to corral. Laney off the glass, tries to get it up to Telejon and out. Delaney comes back in through and gets it out.
We need people like you. He's doing better, but
here comes Lakeville. Lakeville tries to feed the slot, and it's turned back the other way by Mari Telejon. Here comes Brigman. Brigman battles. Back on through. And Schuler bounces it out the boards and it goes all the way through. 25 seconds left in the power play. 1:35 left in the first. In the third. Shakopee up by 1. Izzy. McNee. 2 shots by Izzy. Great pass by Brigman. And it's turned back the other way. And how tides turn. Shakopee goes from going up by 2 to tied. And it comes back to center ice for a 2-2 game with 1:09 left in the third.
Number 14.
D. Schuler up to Knutson. Knutson and big save by Malone. 48 seconds left. Shakopee's looking to get out of here. With a 2-2 tie and bring it into the extra 5-minute period. They lost a little momentum here. .43 seconds left. Here comes Shinnick. Long shot. Tip. Saved by Malone.
How is Matt doing?
Oh, good. He's going up to Michigan Tech this week. So that's
Timeout called by Shakopee.
Yeah. Here's your relevant fact of the day. I've been there to cover a team, but not the one he's covering. No, it was football, and I've covered basketball from Finlandia University.
Is that based out of Houghton too?
Yes. Yep. Two of the worst facilities I've ever broadcast.
Did you see that or what?
Why did you come there?
$120.
It was when I was doing presentation college and I did all the road games.
You're on.
I see. So
I gotta
you
get.
like
I'll get you on the whole. I gotta get everybody.
Yeah.
Frickin'. I don't do the group.
It was in the fall, so it was actually really pretty at that time. But it was a lot.
Well, I guess as a general, I can remind you as it gets closer. I'll be free every Wednesday. Somehow
Here we go.
Wednesday things like
32 seconds left in the third. Oh, just tipped aside. Back out front to the point. Shockey's playing on their heels here a little bit. Back into the corner. Wedman picks up the puck. Wedman chips it out. Wedman up to Telejon. Telejon. Wedman follows through, keeps it into the zone. 2 seconds left. That's going to do it for the third. Shakopee. Looks to go in overtime once again this year. 2-2.
They do have a lot of the same stuff. So, just because I know I asked Matt if he's doing good next Tuesday, he said
We get to that point. Cody, Bill. Hamza, this is Curtis. He's going to be giving you a little bit of
Oh, yeah. It's like that.
unless you don't think
Looks like it's going to be a 6-minute run time overtime period. Varshy gearing up behind Lakeville North goaltender here to watch the extra period. And here we go.
Go for it.
get called for a hook.
Log in with the same credentials.
In an overtime period. They're going to be on the penalty kill here for the next, well, 2 minutes starts now.
Find all of them. It's in Lakeville South.
Back to the point. Here comes Carlson. Carlson chips it up to Collins. Collins out of the zone, back the other way. Forced in, on in, back around.
They got new scoreboards.
Back out front. Shakopee got 1:09 left on the penalty kill, and it's played behind the net.
That thing, Hamza. I know you're taller, you could probably reach it, but
Shot on Malone, steered to the side, waffle. Back to the point. Shinnick battles. Then Collins over the top. That's offside. That was offsides. Ref didn't see it. I'm not a impartial announcer here. Bad call. Here comes Brigman. Brigman looks to get it out, and it's kicked aside. 14 seconds left. Carlson battles deep inside the far side corner. Malone. Oh! And it's back to the point. Tip. Malone, another good save. Malone, another good save. And Izzy McNee's back out. There's Brigman. Long shot. Steered aside. Malone's got a lot of pressure. And here comes Collins. Collins has room. Collins. And it's all the way down. And here comes Holly. Holly back to Brigman. Brigman up to McNee. McNee is going to go into the corner. McNee back out in front. Wedman took a whack at it. Holly backhands it. Bobbles on McNee. McNee up to John Choi. John Choi.
So, of the two headsets that are in there, there's one that he feels like he can't really hear himself that good.
Here comes Knutson. Knutson far in the corner. Knutson's going to carry it around the net. Knutson has control. Knutson comes around the net. Knutson, control. Long shot, tipped aside. Picked up by John Choi with Knutson on the doorstep. And it's going to be iced all the way down.
it seems like the mixer or the headset.
We got 2 minutes left in this period.
So I just put like a strip
Or I
of
should
Scotch
say the end
tape
of the
around it,
game.
but, like, I would only say if you're ever going to have two announcers, you know, might want one. Because, yeah, I had the one that he thought wasn't as good.
You have it here today?
No. Just because I don't want it to be.
Here we go. Minute 43, run time. Long on and sweeps it around.
I couldn't.
Nelson.
Whenever we crossed paths together.
And it's back the other way.
Yeah, you want
I was just going to walk around.
On and back to Telejohn. Telejohn gets poke check to Carlson. Here comes Shinnick. Shinnick walks it in. Long shot tip.
I can't hear myself, so I just said,
Defender got a pad on that. And it's pushed all the way down, and that's going to be ice.
one was too satisfying.
They got a minute. Going to be about 50 seconds, 45 seconds left. Shakopee, that's all they got. This is sudden death. And They got a little bit left in the tank. Maybe they can do it. They got to get to the face-off line. They stopped the clock. Someone's calling a timeout. Lakeville North timeout. Back to the point. Carlson goes back to retrieve. Carlson turns it back the other way. Carlson up to Collins. Collins chips it in. Back the other way. Malone. I don't have much room here. We got another film crew coming in. I apologize. Back the other way, Brigman.
Game was just
back.
Because they can do like replay review.
10 seconds left and it's coming out of the zone. Unless we get a miracle, Shakopee is going to be tied on this game. And they got long shot, tip, and that's going to do it. Shakopee tie ball game. That's it, 2-2. We got a game this Saturday against Waconia at home. Tune in then.